Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about insulin resistance and why it's important to understand it to lose weight. Too much sugar can be very damaging and toxic to our bodies. Excessive consumption of sugar leads to heart problems, memory loss, cancer, weight gain, and diabetes. Sugar is found in most soft drinks like soda, sugary treats, sweets, candy, chocolate, sugary desserts, ice cream, white bread, biscuits, cakes, to mention but a few. There are three main types of fuel sources: carbohydrates, protein. Carbohydrates or glucose sources are what the body uses up first. However, fat is most preferred as a fuel source. It should be noted that our bodies can actually do without consuming sugary foods. So what's insulin? Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas, and it's secreted to move glucose out of our bloodstream into our cells in order for our bodies to use this for fuel or energy. Excess glucose is stored as fat. Insulin is therefore a detoxifier hormone because it ensures that our blood sugar is kept at a reasonable level. In medical terms, this is a fasting blood glucose reading of 100 milligrams per deciliter. When we consume excessive amounts of sugar, our bodies produce more and more insulin until a point is reached where we lose sensitivity to insulin. The pancreas also will continue to produce more insulin until a point is reached when the pancreas cannot keep up and/or get impaired. In such cases, our cells cannot absorb any more glucose, and so a lot of it remains in our bloodstream. And this is a condition known as prediabetes, which eventually leads to type 2 diabetes. Therefore, left unattended to, insulin resistance subsequently progresses to type 2 diabetes. Some signs of insulin resistance are obesity, high blood pressure or hypertension, weight gain, especially around the midsection, a fasting blood glucose of over 100 milligrams per deciliter, high bad cholesterol levels. And some examples of people that are at a high risk of insulin resistance are men and women over the age of 45, obese people, inactive or sedentary people, people who consume very high carb and high sugar diets, and people with a family history of diabetes. Insulin resistance and weight loss. Insulin resistance is a precursor for diabetes, as our blood sugar keeps on rising until it goes above the required limit. With this situation, most people struggle to lose weight because they are what we call efficient sugar burners. This means that their bodies use up sugar or glucose for energy, and because they always have an excess supply of this, sugar is their primary source for fuel. Their bodies hardly ever utilize fat for fuel. Therefore, there is hardly any fat loss registered. Such people will struggle to lose weight until they address the issue, which is to cut out sugar from their diets first and foremost. The good news is that insulin resistance is a condition that's reversible. The following are a few tips to help you reverse insulin resistance. Number 1. Eat a healthy diet. It's important, as stated earlier, to eat a diet that is healthy. By this I mean cut out sugar and high carb foods from your diet. Avoid sweets, soft drinks, and other treats as much as possible. Include healthy sources of protein, fat, and eat lots of green leafy vegetables like kale, lettuce, and spinach. Fats are good to include in our diets in moderation because they help to reduce our cravings for carbohydrates and sugar. Check out my videos on top tips to eat on a diabetic or keto diet to help lose weight. I'll put a link to that video at the end. Tip number 2, intermittent fasting. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that intermittent fasting helps reverse insulin resistance. Intermittent fasting is a diet in which you abstain from food for a number of hours in a day. On average, people tend to fast for up to 16 hours and feed for 8 hours out of a 24-hour day. During the fasting time frame, the body uses up the existing sugar for fuel and consequently the insulin levels drop. Over time, some people have been able to use intermittent fasting to register weight loss and reverse insulin sensitivity. Check out my video on intermittent fasting tips and tricks for more information on how you can do this diet successfully. Tip number 3, adopt a ketogenic diet. The keto diet has grown in popularity over the past few years, and people who follow this diet have registered weight loss and other health benefits. Keto requires the consumption of mainly fats and protein for fuel sources and aims to reduce carbohydrate intake to as low as possible. People who follow the diet consistently are able to break their addiction to sugars and carbohydrates, reduce cravings, lose weight, and lower their blood glucose and insulin levels. For more about the keto diet, check out my video on this at the end. Tip number 4, lose weight. People who have insulin resistance and are overweight or have a body mass index above 25 and are able to lose weight and get into a normal body mass index within a range of 20 to 25 will be able to reverse insulin resistance. Tip number 5, exercise. Exercise serves a number of benefits, including weight loss, increased sense of well-being, and reducing stress, to mention but a few. Aim to work your way up to 30 minutes of exercise daily, and this will help to improve your health. It's important that exercise is combined with a healthy diet, as described previously, if it's to be effective to help with insulin resistance. Tip number 6, get enough sleep. It's advisable to get at least 7 hours of sleep on a daily basis. Lack of sleep has been known to lead to unhealthy eating habits, as people need the sugar to keep feeling energized throughout the day. This creates a vicious cycle of sugar-carb addiction and weight gain. When we get adequate sleep and wake up feeling rested, studies have shown that we are more inclined to make healthy eating choices. Tip number 7, plan your meals. Meal prep is a concept that's trending now because people are preparing and refrigerating healthy meals for up to a week. This frees up much needed time to relax, relieve stress, and focus on other things, including resting. Even if you don't prepare your meals 1 week in advance, simply having a shopping list, have a list written out, a meal calendar for weekly meals can help in avoiding last-minute rush and eating unhealthy meals because we are hungry and pressed for time. Remember not to shop when you are hungry because we are more inclined to pick up high-carb and high-sugar foods. Tip number 8, reduce stress. When we are stressed, our bodies secrete a hormone called cortisol. Studies have shown that cortisol is one of the hormones responsible for weight gain. While stress can be beneficial, too much stress can be harmful to us. Too much cortisol, which is a result of constant or long-term stress, leads to weight gain and other undesirable effects like anxiety, depression, and high blood pressure. It's important to therefore manage or reduce stress as much as possible. Proper rest, drinking relaxing herbal teas, exercise, proper planning of our daily schedules, and even asking for help when needed can help to alleviate stress. It's a tricky one because some of the main stress triggers are our jobs, bosses, colleagues, and family. So it needs careful thought to be able to get on top of it. Tip number 9, stay hydrated. Water helps to regulate our body temperature, keep our organs functioning well, keep our joints lubricated, and aid digestion by delivering nutrients to our cells. Water also helps to improve our mood and sleep. Water helps to detoxify our bodies by flushing out toxins. Studies have shown that drinking enough water helps us to lose weight, and this is key for tackling insulin resistance. And finally, tip number 10, don't lose hope. In any life situation, it's always important to stay positive. Whatever the odds you are facing, keep hopeful and have a positive outlook. For those who are spiritual, it's called having faith, which is a belief that good things will happen in future. Studies have shown that positive people tend to succeed in the end. Remember that it's never too late to do the right thing and that every little effort counts. Someone once said that things will work out in the end, and if things haven't yet worked out, then it's not the end. Okay, let me leave this video here. Thank you for listening and thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos about health and wellness, simple healthy recipes for weight loss, mental health and so much more. Check out my other videos of intermittent fasting, healthy lifestyle and keto, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.